Why, golly, you lookers, will you look at the time? It's time for Peak Dead, Peak Luck. Thank you to our $5 patrons, Strawbones, Aaron, and Black Wolf. Now, before we hit this breakdown / live reaction to chapter 128 of Undead Unluck, please, if you're leave your own list on the chapter in the comment section down below, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure you hit that little notification bell so you miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do a Patreon down below, each point for as low as $1 a month to get things exclusive videos, early content, and more. Now, let's hop into the live reaction. What's up, guys? I'm the Pencil here, and here we are to do a live reaction to chapter 128 of Undead Unluck, which is known as Strict Defense. And with that being the case, let's not waste any more time. At Amy, ready, 3, 2, 1, go. Hello there. No, I have it on me at all times, and no, I have them on me at all times, but considering how peak last chapter was, I highly doubt I'll end up needing any of my blades. But let's find out. Alright, this is the footage from the outside. People like to observe, don't they? At least that's what Juiz always would do. This is a game to see whether the world lives. Everything which we? Well, yeah, so Luna did create humans. Luna essentially did create humans. Interesting. Is capable of reaching us gods. Ooh. Interesting. Interesting. So kind of like I guess it's just like it's like humans making AI. Like, we just want to see, hey, can we make you so smart that you want to be smarter than us? Like, personally, in both cases, I don't get why you would want that. If you were to ask me, I would rather not create something that is beyond my control. I mean, other than, like, another human. Like, if I had a child, then yeah, that's fine. They're beyond my control. But in terms of, like, something that will rebel against my entire species, like, I don't think, like, unless these are, like, ethereal concepts that just have no fear of death, like, death doesn't really affect them, then that's fine. Like, you may beat them and they'll be like, oh, okay, we'll leave you alone now, rather than beat them and they, like, actually perish. But the fact that they're just, oh yeah, this is a game to see if capable of so they say reaching, not necessarily defeating us. So I get, like, what does reaching mean? I would assume that would involve defeat. I assume that would mean you cease the living, because what are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to punch you in the face hard enough? And you're like, ah, I see. You have reached us. Now we shall spare you and let you live your lives. Like, what does reaching mean in this context? Because it's constantly about the slaughter. Like, every single time we hear them talk about dealing with these two deities, I guess, it's always about, hey, boom. There's never any, like, discussion about reaching. But interesting. It's interesting that Luna did create, though, interestingly enough, she doesn't say she created humans. She only created the artifacts. She bet on people. So I guess humans, who made humans? Because at the end of last chapter, I pretty much thought that, oh, okay, so Sun created Umas and rules, and Luna would have created humans and artifacts and negators. So that's what I figured, but I guess not. Because if she bet on people, there would have to be people to bet on, not created. Like, I don't know. That's interesting. I wonder who created humans. I guess maybe we just, evolution? Maybe that just happened. We just popped up. I don't know. Sun bet on the rules winning and gave birth to the Umas. Interesting. The phrasing here is what gets me, right? You always gotta, like, look at phrasing when it comes to these higher, supreme, legendary beings. So you always gotta look at what they're saying very, very closely. And when I read this, created, which involves born from nothing, gave birth, not created the Umas, gave birth. So is Sun pregnant? I don't know. Chikara, I don't know if she's not, well, I don't love it, because obviously she's watching her friend suffer. But in this case, it's good to see that human reaction. Like, you're getting a whole ton of deep, spicy, saucy lore right now. And me, as a person who's reading is like, ooh, deep, spicy, saucy lore. And you have Fuuko, who's in the moment, is like, my friends. It's dark. But hey, it's Undead Unluck. But let's see. Let's watch together and see just how long people in this loop are able to fight back. Interesting. I'm trying to like look and judge their face, but I don't know. They don't seem to have much of a reaction. Like, they bet on people and created the artifacts, but I don't. They have no distinct facial features, so I'm not sure how. Like, they seem so completely indifferent. Like, no, look at their punctuation. Just sentences. Like, if I would assume they'd probably be voiced by like a computer-like person. Like, it is capable of reaching us gods. I bet on people and created the artifacts. Sun bet on the rules and gave birth to the Umas. Let us watch together to see just how long people in this loop are going to fight back. Like there's no inflection, there's no emotion or anything. It's just like, I guess it really is. But then again, like, people get passionate about games, but I guess that's people, not literal deities. Andy, there's no time to grieve. You shall be using every means to fend off our attacks. But he just stood up. Brody just stood up. Is that every means? Is standing up a little bit every means? Huh? He seems like he's just casually walking right now. Bro's chilling. Which is why we need Unluck. Okay. Because it's that. But like, I don't. Unless like Uma Hypergiant or something, like something happened. I don't know how do you beat this thing? I genuinely don't know. This is a question like, I'm very intrigued, even with the max squad. Like, I may, before the series ends, I may make a video on like a hypothetical setup on what you could use to defeat this thing with all the abilities we've seen so far. Because assumably what the next loop is going to be. It's going to be Fuuko reuniting with Andy and then like them speed running their lives essentially to gather the perfect group. But I don't know. Yeah, I've got plenty in fact. Sorry. I need to stop them longer. That was long enough. You did a good job. Thanks to you, everything is ready. Everything's ready for what? For 10 minutes of stalling? Okay, portals on portals. Who's that? Oh, wait, yeah. This guy. Let's do this, bunny girl. Okay. Don't you let go of me. Okay. Just as Lady Juiz said, your weight causes your feet to bury themselves into the ground. In that case, I will ensure that foot is never drawn from the... Interesting. So this thing does... I mean, I guess it's the sun. Like, how much mass does this thing have? Like... Interesting. And, like, it is burning. Like, it is releasing steam. It's literally melting rock. But, like, how hot is it? Like, Undraw is remarkably close without being burnt to a crisp. I'm not sure... I'm very interested in the properties of sun overall. Like, they seem just like a very interesting entity. I'm intrigued to learn more about them. Yusai. Creed, are you ready? All I need is your permissions. Just say it out loud. Whose weapon is this? We must string together all the electricity on Earth. That device can manage the fire. A single concentrated shot. Super Dreadnought Union Lethal Weapon Superior Buster. Why is it? It's anime. But like, Super Dreadnought Union... Hold on. Super Dreadnought Union Lethal Weapon Superior Buster. Is there an inferior buster? I don't know. I transfer possession of it to you. Aye, ma'am. Undecree... That's smart. That's smart, because that means he can just consistently unload that back. See, I like the setup. I like the setup. Okay, I like the setup. Shen. Roger. Come on, Mr. Andy. Ugh. This man on the Nimbus cloud. All right. Andy looks so out of it. I'm not gonna lie. All right, flying up. This part is up to you. I ain't letting you go any farther. Hit it! And make sure you blast us both to smithereens. Interesting. Once again, there's no facial expressions. And it fits, right? These are supposed to be high, supreme beings. But at the same time, like, I would love to get the reactions. Like, see what do they think about this? They're kind of just, oh my, like, they're kind of just chilling out. I would love to see them actually, like, emote. At least a little bit. Like, give me a taste, gosh darn it. Let's see. Whoa, that thing is massive. That's even, like, for it to be that big is kind of crazy. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, sun is massive. So for that electricity shot to be that big, and for it to be undecreasable, oh, and that's smart. That's smart on multiple levels. Not only does undraw keep sun from moving, but it also makes sure that sun is rooted in place. So they can just keep firing without worrying about him being launched backwards. This is smart. Yo, I love this. What I also love is the fact that the like button's free, so it's the subscribe button. So I greatly appreciate if you hit both of those. Thank you. But just a little more hanging there. But I forget what Bunny's ability is. I shall not let you go. Yep, that's smart. It overheated, even with unbreakable frame and undecreasing energy. The internal cooling system isn't able to keep up. I did. Okay. He's quite the kid. Now it won't be able to get back outside. I'm back. What does that mean? I wonder if your big sis will be saying, good job. Freaking awesome. Huh? Oh, they're burning. They are burning. I mean, to be fair, when you come in contact with the sun. Oh my! They are on fire, What's wrong with them burn? I can only negate burning and combustion. I can't do a darn thing about heat. Unheat? Alright, so we gotta add that to the tally. You gotta figure out how to get unheat on here. It's lousy cur. It uprooted the ground. Yo, why is this so metal? Like, I ain't even gonna lie to you. This is just metal. This thing is just metal. It literally... It merely stood up. It uprooted the ground itself. Like, fine, you won't let me draw my foot out? I'll take the earth out with me. Like, this is so metal. I love it. But let's see. So even not even that was enough. Yeah, I'll leave it to you. Status, 8 minutes and 20 seconds left. Good work. Let's put it all on the line and use the sacred treasures. Oh, that's cool. Okay, that's cool. So that does, I mean, I had been thinking about it for a while, but that does confirm that Victor is still, is that how you say it? I remember reading it in early translation as Victor, but I'm not sure if it's Victor. I just read a chapter that had a flashback with him. But regardless, it does confirm that he still is stronger than Andy. Or maybe not stronger, but at least more experienced, and probably has more experience holding off Sun in comparison to Andy. So it makes sense. It makes sense that they're out here. And it's cool to see that these two are fighting side by side once again. And yeah, all right, that's the end of the chapter. Pretty darn solid, I will admit. Was it? I'm sorry. You gotta perform. But regardless, it was a really solid chapter. I like the main thing I like multiple things, right? First thing I like is the general indifference that is being portrayed about these two creatures. Like, I suppose you can call them deities, but like these two creatures, both Luna and Sun, are just like, this ain't nothing but a game to me. Y'all lesser creatures, so fight it out. Like, legitimately, they are both the closest thing we have to an expression on Luna is this line that doesn't even appear to be a mouth, because it doesn't move when they speak. Like, there's no opening, no closing, nothing. But at least they have a mouth. Look at Sun. I can't tell if we're looking at their face or the back of their head. They have no expression. They're just looming. And I think that's a good way to portray these kind of deities. Like, they're in modern culture, there are, especially modern literature, modern manga and stuff like that, there's a lot of different ways that deities are portrayed. Sometimes they're made main characters, sometimes they're made this like side character that's really powerful. But it's rare, not impossible, it's rare to see deities portrayed as these literal abstract concepts, these things that sort of just look down upon the world. And it's great that Undead Unluck is showing them in this way, this almost, I am above all things, for all things are beneath me. Like that kind of, it's almost, I suppose you could call it pompous, but I feel like a pompous person takes pleasure in their things. These creatures are just indifferent. They're just looking at it. Like, even then, like, typically when you hear, oh, we're playing this as a game, like I think of No Game No Life. I think that's what their name was. I haven't watched or read No Game No Life in a while. But even Tet, he was like, oh yeah, this is interesting. They were having fun. Meanwhile, these two are just like, we made a bet. I keep losing. Doesn't matter. See how long you last this time. Like, it's so monotone, so flat, so indifferent that it's different. It feels so disconnected from humanity, and I think it works. It works to portray deities like this. It's a contrast to what we usually see, and it's oddly haunting and terrifying. And I love how the mangaka juxtaposes this calm, dead, emotionless state with Fuuko, one of the most emotional characters in the series, one of the most human characters in the series, who's freaking out because she's losing all of her friends. She's forced to sit here and watch them suffer. I like it. It's a really good way to do this. Number two, I really, really, really like how all these different factors are coming together. All these different characters that we've met and learned about throughout the series are using their abilities in tandem to try and defeat Sun. And I like how, in this way, it gives you that false sense of hope. It gives you the taste of probably what has happened. I forget how many loops Juiz has done, but at least 100 times or something like that. I like what we see here, because who knows, how many times has this happened? How many times has Undecreased been given access to the Super Dreadnought Union Lethal Weapon Superior Buster, and it failed? How many times has Shen come up and, well, that's the new thing, but like how many times has Bunny Girl come in and coded Sun? I don't know. How many times has, well, how many times have we seen this combination before? Victor and Juiz just going at it, trying to defend the world. Like, it's a great way to give a false sense of hope in the early part of the chapter, seeing their success, and then the back half just immediately ripping it apart by everyone falling apart. It's great. It's great. And this ending shot, getting to see these two who once disagreed, the original origin of Andy, one of our principal antagonists. If you got to remember, Victor, he sort of became a nicer guy later on with context, but early on, bro's a demon. So it's great to see that him and Juiz, the love of his life, they're going at it together. They're going to enjoy them. Well, not necessarily enjoy themselves. They're fighting for their lives until they can't anymore. But still, these two beings are going at it against the being that they have fought who knows how many times. And the tragedy of that, the infinite cycle, almost like the Samsara cycle, ironically enough. I'm thinking of God of High School right now. But it's great to see. I love it. Undead Unluck does a great job of creating good characters that have good reactions with each other, with good ability interaction, that all leads to very potent storytelling. And I like it. You don't hear it talked about too much. It's sort of, I forget who called it. One YouTuber I watched called it like Shonen Jump's Black Sheep. And it really is. I'd say until Chainsaw Man came back, it was the Black Sheep. I say Chainsaw Man's more of a Black Sheep now, but still, this is definitely up there with it. I love Undead Unluck. However, that's what I think. Please tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below. Please support for as low as $1 a month. You get exclusive videos, early content, and more. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with a Pencil, writing off.